Hello everyone. Happy to have you. Happy to have you for our new members presentations. The idea is pretty simple. So we are very happy in the BGA to have new members who recently joined the Blockchain Game Alliance with us, and we are happy to welcome them and to let them the stage to be able to introduce themselves, introduce who they are, what they do, and what they are building. So without further ado, and just before letting the stage to our speakers, I will take few times, I promise to introduce to you the BGA because we have so many people involved in the call today. So let me just take some time to talk about the BGA, which is a blockchain organizations committed to promoting blockchain within the gaming industry. And our goal is really to spread awareness about blockchain technology, and we want to encourage adoption by highlighting the potential to foster new ways to create, to publish, to play, and to build strong communities around games. So we have different pillars, and the first and most important one is networking. We want to make sure that everyone involved in the BGA as a member is able to network through our different channels. We do research and reporting. We represent blockchain game companies, and we advocate for blockchain in the game industry. So I would like to thank all of our sponsors today to make it possible for us to promote blockchain within the game industry and do this kind of content to be able to provide you some fresh news and really good activity from our members. So thanks very much all of them to make it possible. And of course, we are very happy to have more than 400 members today, and it's very cool to have everyone on this wonderful journey. So we host events like this one to be able to introduce new members, and we do also other digital content at first, which could be different panels. Actually, last week it was very interesting to do a panel on eSport 3.0 with some of our BGA members. It was very interesting to have their point of view, and we do also demo days to be able to let our BGA members to be able to showcase their in live their games and their services. And for sure, we do physical events. We have this opportunity to go off some events and to be able to organize some physical events with our BGA members. And it's always a pleasure to have them on that kind of event. But without any further ado, I'm very pleased to welcome our speakers and wonderful new members to be able to introduce themselves. And Andreas, if you are ready, Andreas Christensen, founder and tech owner at SuperOne, if you are ready, I'll let you the stage.
Thank you, Flavian. Thank you, Flavian. I'm ready, more than ready. Thank you for inviting me to speak here today. And I will now have a little keynote about SuperOne. But first of all, my name is Andreas Christensen from Norway. I head up a team of about 30 people in SuperOne. And we are filling a big void in the market for a fandom metaverse for sports and entertainment fans. My personal background is more than 20 years in mobile tech. I was one of the pioneers in mobile content industry in Scandinavia. Now I've been about 5-6 years into blockchain, and we are deep into this with SuperOne. We are totally integrated. We create everything from scribbling the ideas on paper to actually coding it and delivering it to the end users. So I think I jump into my keynote and get that share screen, and let's get moving. We have some exciting stuff to show you. And
yeah, you can share again. Yeah, I got it, and I'm gonna share
it now.
with you. Yeah, you can go with it. Just waiting for your presentations, and I will show it.
So
yeah, perfect.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so I'm ready to go. Thank you very much, Flavian. So it's all about gaming is one of the biggest industries in the world, and it has really sparked and ignited during the COVID over the past couple of years. And we are looking at a combined industry with mobile gaming and advertising that's actually more than $700 billion, the latest figures, more than doubled over the last couple of years. So we see a big void in that market, which is a fandom metaverse for sports and entertainment. We work on a hybrid between the private centralized solution and blockchain solutions, and we also have our own permission blockchain. So my name, Andreas Christensen, as the founder and the inventor and creator of much of this, together with a great team. We have more than 30 people working on a daily basis. We are totally integrated, and we have been through a lot of development. We have done failures, we have done success. So we kind of, I like to say, we walk the talk. There's a lot of talk in this industry, and there's a lot of projects out there. We have delivered. And we have a great team in India that do a lot of or all of the technology development under my command. And we have great engineers that traverse all kind of how should I say, parts of the different tech, everything from the app creation itself all the way to the middle to the down to the blockchain and the core databases. So we have spent more than 100,000 development hours on SuperOne, and we have a lot of app updates, etc. We have nearly 95,000 users at the moment, and we have nearly 50,000 users that have invested with us and become token holders. So we really appreciate that. We are global in more than 200 countries, and we have published more than 150,000 NFT cards, which is a material part of our gaming experience that I'm going to show you. And we sold more than 10 million. It's actually a little bit more now. And we transacted more than 2 million money transactions on our XRP ledger. We are using XRP as our primary ledger at the moment. And we've done more than 60-70 million internal transactions. So, and this is just the start of it. So the void in the market that we have identified is all the billions of sports and entertainment fans around the world that lack a gamified community where they can meet and friendship and share their passion, and where they also can play games. So we are entering this from a trivia point of view. There is nothing similar to us in the market. All of our NFTs and a lot of other stuff I'm going to show you is connected into the game. So what I will do now, I will show you a 3-minute video that encapsulates the whole project, and then I will recap a little bit after that. So let's go for a video.
We don't have the sound of Andreas. If you
That's
wanted
really
to.
bad. There is no sound on this. How come it's not sound?
Yeah, we'll try to. If we cannot show it with the sounds, we'll try to do it afterwards. If you're okay, Andreas. If you want to move on, we just want to display with the video, but sometimes we have to set the good parameter to have the sound as well in your.
Okay, because it's a material part of my presentation. Okay, anyway, let's move on. And basically, so what we are doing, we are creating this fandom metaverse here, where you can swipe your way through this gamified experience. We can call it a little bit Tinder of gaming. We are using beautiful pictures that you can swipe left for no or right for yes. So this is all about getting the scores, your skills and scores in order. And we have a great focus on sports and entertainment. And we have a lot of categories. We have a huge catalog of content we have developed over years. And we have everything ranging from football to basket, American football. We have also Asian football now. We have entertainment, artists, movies, etc. coming on. So one of the unique thing with unique elements of our gaming model is that you can play in your favorite category against players in another category. We are doing this because of pretty advanced skill algorithms that we created and kind of balance it. So that's from a legal point of view. We are working within the skill game regime, and are allowed to operate this even with monetary prices basically all over the world. There are few jurisdictions where we cannot operate, and we will not operate. So the hero game we have is our Battle Royale. Battle Royale is a very common sort of a game mode, and we created this unique version of Battle Royale where you're playing, everyone starts at the same time and we have a dynamic price structure. So the number of, how should I say, the prices you can win is based on the total entry fees every time. This is consecutively, just keep rolling 24/7. So there is a new game coming every 10 or 15 minutes that people can join into. So it's developed in a way that the last fan standing concept is that you start playing, everybody starts playing, and you see on your screen how many is kind of falling out. And then the first prize will walk away with 10%, and we will also be eligible for the jackpot prize. And you will also have the second prize and third prize. And what's also unique is that the top 20% will win 50% more than what they actually entered into the game with. So that's a really comprehensive game. And we believe this is very quick snack entertainment that people can dip quickly into. And everything here is powered also by a permission blockchain using the Hyperledger technology. And we also use public blockchain for additional aid in the platform. But it's starts running on a private solution that's connected to the Hyperledger, that again connected to the public blockchains. So we created what we call cards, NFT cards, and we published more than 150,000 within sports entertainment already, and we sold about 30,000 of them internally on our own store to our own members or users. And they have a very profound utility in the game. Now, you didn't see the game that much because it was in the video, but when you want to pass a question, you can swipe up and you can pass the question. You can do that 3 times during a game. And you can also freeze the time to get a little bit more time to look at the question, because our game is based on a very yes or no question and a picture. And it ranges from everything to name, to birthday, to mother's name, a lot of different events in famous people or heroes' lifetime. So we created these NFTs in 3 colors. We have gold, silver, and bronze, and they are all connected to the questions on the platform. So hard questions is connected to gold, and medium connected to silver, and easy questions connected to bronze, and they all stake. And that's the unique thing. So every time somebody is paying for a pass or a freeze, it's staking rewards. Staking rewards are rendered to the owner of these cards. We also disrupt the mobile advertising by providing NFT spaces, we call them. It's a little bit like boards on a sports arena, and we have them ranging from bronze, silver, and gold also here. We also have legend and origin. I'm not going to cover that now, but these are different type of advertising spaces that we use inside the game. And the whole concept of that is to provide free-to-play access for players. The mobile advertising market is actually much bigger than the gaming market. And we see a great opportunity to be one of the leading providers in this space by what we have done. So this is all nicely connected into our gaming platform. We can also have, of course, you can win prizes. You see a little bit in the background, like a trip to Dubai, like a trip to Maldives. If you head over to our website at super.one, you will be able to see the full video. You can download the white paper, and you will be able to see all the beautiful graphics we've created. The cool thing about both the Super token, which is our main token on the platform, and the cards and spaces, they are all tied into microtransactions and staking. So all of these are rendering all the time is a staking solution. And if you look at our white paper, we have about 35 to 40 pages covering the major jurisdictions in the world about the legality of this platform. So you can look at the Super, our main token. It receives a 10% free from every single transaction on the platform, and we do that in real time. We already do it today. So we've been doing this for a while and been testing with our about 100,000 users, 50,000 paid users. So we are expanding our metaverse all the time. And here you see the Super will stake from the game transactions, from the cards, from the advertising, from everything happening in the store. We also have some premium loot boxes I'm going to cover, and we have the creator program. So it's an all complete solution that's staking nicely into this. And every time somebody's using your NFT card, you earn actually staking rewards. So if you own the card, you get the free pass yourself. So the utility value here is fantastic. And the financial value of the card is actually also great. And there is a collector value to it also. I'm not going to cover it, but you can expand your cards with stories from the life happenings of these famous people. So how do we make money? Of course, in the gaming industry, there's a lot of free to play, and there is also freemiums, and we have what we call loot boxes. And these premium loot boxes, they contain different assets, features for the game. They contain cards and spaces, tokens. They are also they come in 4 different colors, everything from premium at $10, bronze $100, silver $500, and the top of the line gold $1,000. That also contain access to our unique 5% platform-wide pool, global pool that big time reward users. So we cater or serve basically 3 economies. What we call the fan economy, which is, we can also label it the economy of the crazy. If you look on football fans, there are nearly 4 billion football fans around the world. Look on all the gaming and merchandising and even betting activity that they do every hour, every day. It's crazy. In a city like Tokyo, one of the world's biggest city, if not the biggest city, you're looking at north of $1 million every hour, every day in gaming activity. So it's really huge. The gaming market is just really one of the really, really solid markets out there. And we've been into blockchain over the past 5-6 years, and we've probably done all the failures with users that need to use all these different wallets, and they forget their whatever word, what you call the passphrases and the secrets and everything. So in order to obtain mass adoption, if we're really going to rock the boat, we need mass adoption. We need to consume the crypto complexities within our platform, within a delicious app that everyone can use. And to help us do that, we have creators. We are deeply into this, where we call the engagement economy. We created a whole program with tons of bonuses so people can monetize really well based on their creation. If they help us with that, can raise everything from some of the leading pitch agencies in the world, all the way to people that market it to their friends and family, and even professional marketeers. We have everything covered in the platform. Of course, we also have investors. Like I said, we have nearly 50,000 stakeholders. Many of them are passive, not active, and kind of label themselves as investors. I mean, half of all the millennials out there today, they are crypto investors. So that's the economy of the future. And we've really seen a shift of that over the past few years. And going forward, nothing going to stop that. It's just going to grow stronger and stronger. And those who are not part of that economy, they will be left at the airport while the rest is getting airborne. So this is really cool. And you see the beautiful graphics, how we can cater brands inside this and create truly amazing and engaging advertising experiences, both for the players and for the brands. So we have a mutual beneficial proposition here. So ultimately, like I said, the future, the future going forward, we will evolve into becoming a super app. There is a huge market out there. Gaming market is huge. But if you look on the rest of the market, in example, financial services, if you look on travel, many of these can be gamified. We can gamify a lot of it. In example, we can have games where you have prices from Expedia, you can have flights from Emirates. All of this can merge into becoming a really, really super app. And of course, with that many users, why shouldn't we become a neo-financial institution and serve transactions across the board? If you look on, in example, the listing of the Brazilian bank, new bank that went public early this year at $50 billion. That's amazing story how they over a few years have created a whole new digital bank. You can look in Europe to Revolut, N26, etc., even Virex. They're all coming there. So even the European legislation is kind of disrupting the whole financial industry with its open finance directive, etc. So we see a great opportunity of getting and becoming a super app. And I have invented, the famous Steve Jobs said there is an app for that. But as a founder of SuperOne, I say there is a button for that. And that's where we're heading. And that's where we're really heading. And I truly believe that gaming is one of the principal catalysts to get this going. We also see great opportunities in the enterprise market and the education market because our platform, we have invested tons of millions of dollars into it. And it's a proven platform. It takes time, and we are getting there. And I think over the next few years, we're really going to be one of the leading companies within the gamified space. And we are using football and other sports that have tons of or billions of fans around the world, including all the social media that's related to the, let's say, the Kardashian world. And imagine the Rock, Dwayne Johnson is one of the most popular ones. You can create some amazing stuff that where you have a triangular cooperation between brands, between these influencers. And look at a guy like the football player Ronaldo. He's soon retiring, maybe not, but he's not that far away. Imagine if you could challenge Ronaldo in a fight here, and we can use artificial intelligence to record his gameplay, and you can actually in our metaverse play against Ronaldo in real time, and you can also be invited to participate in tournaments. I told you about football. In example, we're putting up fights against Manchester United fans against Liverpool fans, or FC Barcelona fans against Real Madrid fans. So we have all the technology proven, tested, and moving forward. And that's where we are, and that's where we're heading. And that's my presentation. I hope you see the video because that's an amazing.
No, thank you very much, Andreas. And I think it's gonna be very interesting because a lot of echo with Agu and Ephere football, I guess, with all the different topics that you mentioned. For sure, it's not easy to introduce the company for 15 minutes. So it will be a pleasure to have you on the specific panel to talk through that kind of subjects more in depth. And thank you very much for being.
I was a little bit. The video is really
actually you didn't need the video. You didn't need it. Thank you very much, Andreas.
When you are full of energy and you are really burning for something, it's. I think it's a great opportunity, and it's. I've been in mobile tech for more than 20 years actually, and I see a shift coming. When somebody came to me, if somebody came to me in 2012 and said, Andreas, I have a new service, and the pictures, they are disappearing after a few seconds, I will tell them to, hey, walk away, and that's Snapchat. So when Tinder came 7 years ago, it was like, oh, that's really bad. Tinder is, oh, I shouldn't say this, but it was a really hook me up app. Okay. Today, when my friends are divorcing, that's the go-to app for a new relationship. So what we see, I can bring it even further, but
not
see some
too much,
pivotal moments, and we are there now.
Yeah, thank you very much, Andreas. Just to let some minutes to the other persons to have the stage and to be able to introduce. But I'm pretty sure we're going to make another video with you in the futures on a specific topic. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Yeah, our next speaker will be Duke Vu. I don't know if you're here.
Yeah, hi. Yeah. Hi, guys.
Hi. You have the stage. Just need to see your presentation and you.
Oh yeah, all right, sure. I'm gonna share my screen if that's okay. Here we go. Do you see my screen?
Yeah, just need to have your presentations, and I'm good to share it.
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. I'm just gonna show around the product. So. Yeah, so hi, I'm the CEO and founder of UltiArena. So we have an NFT marketplace for blockchain game assets. We also launched our token last year. At the all-time high, we had $2.2 billion of market cap, fully diluted. The marketplace now boasts more than 60 artists. We opened this marketplace back in November last year, and we already have now around $200,000 in turnover. But we are scaling this year. We hope to have between $2 and $5 million of GMV each month at the end of this year. And yeah, we are actually fundraising right now. So hope to scale this platform even further. The main idea is we're seeing a lot of blockchain games launching. We want to, our ultimate vision is to create like a Shopify for blockchain games, meaning that when you launch your game, you don't have to launch your own NFT marketplace, but just connect with ours. We're gonna take care of the infrastructure and everything. And you can focus on delivering the game. So this one of our strategies is actually to build our own games. So we are building this game. It's a trading card game called Ultimate Battle Arena. It's a trading card game, and we are also building with a partner this game called Source of Blood, Blade-Bound Source of Blood. It's going to be like a Diablo kind of game on a blockchain NFT. All of these games, they will have exclusively NFTs listed on our marketplace. And the next game I'm gonna build is it's kind of like tower defense game slash tower defense slash trading card game. So each the hero or minion will be an NFT. And yeah, so yeah, that's all from our side. If you are building a game and seeking to have your own NFT marketplace, so let us know and we can help.
Yeah, thank you very much. I saw the information you share about the game, the Sword of Blood, and I think it's a beautiful game. I think we will need you to showcase the game with our demo day one day. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Actually, you can download on iOS and Play Store already the non-blockchain version. Currently, the game is fundraising. We are in very deep talk with YGG and Swissborg and other investors, Metaverse Capital, and like we have like 70 VCs already like waiting to invest into this game. So it's really amazing. And we're happy to have the Swords of Blood NFTs exclusively on UltiArena.
Great. Thank you very much, Duke, for the presentations. So I would like to welcome Andrew Wells from Metanomic. Andrew, if you can hear me, are you ready?
Yeah, crystal clear. Lovely to be here.
Great. The stage is yours. If you want to share anything, and you have the button just below. Yeah, I see your presentation, so you're ready to go.
Perfect. So yeah, my name is Andrew Wales. I'm Head of Business Development and Partnerships here at Metanomic. And I'm here to present to you today the first and only complete real-time economy as a service platform for developers. So I'm here to show two cool things to you today, specifically for the blockchain, play and earn, and Web3 environments. And the first of which is the Metanomic engine. So this is our complete runtime tool that you can create, simulate, and auto-balance game economies with. So no more spreadsheets, no more guesswork, no more time spooling up. Plug and play, good to go. So just to take it back a step, the problem that we've seen so far with play and earn game economies is a lot of the time we're seeing that they're not truly games because they're tokenomics. It's investment opportunities that have a game attached to them. And that's completely fine. That's completely fine. The problem is tokenomics breaks gameplay loops. They're open systems, which means you have no control. And I know you guys know that, but it's not great for games. Closed loops are much better for games. You can then create a balanced economy. Without a balanced economy, you can't distill what is the value of a second to a player, how many seconds should it take for them to get an output, and is that output fun for the time that they invested? In an open system, you can't dial that down. And it means that games then leak fun, and with that, sustainability as well. So we have created our engine that I'm going to show you in 2 seconds here. So the ultimate idea that we had was we wanted to be able to help games companies, both for Web3, for Metaverse, for play and earn, as well as traditional games companies, to be able to create game economies quickly, to be able to simulate game economies, but also to be able to auto-balance them. So again, no more spreadsheets, no more guesswork, no more time sync, better games, faster, cheaper, and more sustainable. I'll throw on a more full demo in a second, but this is just top level screen grab. Games designers now, they have the ability to choose the system variables. How much time do I want a player to take to perform an action? How long should they grind to be able to get an output? They can choose their asset types, their crafting inputs, and this could be experience points to levels. This could be, wool that needs to go in to make a wool jacket, whatever you want for your game, into spaceships, so on and so forth. And then you have your inventory, which has values assigned, so strength, intelligence, resale value of gold to an NPC, whatever you want it to be. You then have your crafting trees, and our game, in essence, our engine plugs into your game, means that if a player is taking too long to do something, our platform will ensure that more spawns in your game. If they're taking, getting stuff way too quickly and it's way too efficient for them to get the resource to make the really powerful weapon, we can increase the scarcity and rarity of that within the game as well. So no more spreadsheets, no more game designers going, okay, what's happening with the data, patching, updating, hoping it's fixed in that iteration process. Our platform takes care of it for you. Now, the cool thing is our engine is also Metanomic Hub ready. So now you've priced and balanced all of your goods. Let's turn them into smart contracts and NFTs and trade and sell them. Let me show you what that means and how that works. So our hub, in a nutshell, is enabling people to easily create, keep, and trade the value that they obtain from games and the metaverse. And our hub is a series of bridges that combine to make a marketplace. And this is really, like I say, enabling those players to extract the value from games and trade both inter and intra-game. It's a multifaceted marketplace, and it's really giving players full digital value interoperability. So our first bridge is a minting engine. It enables you to turn items that you've priced in our engine into really smart contracts and NFTs. And it's far more sophisticated than anything we're seeing at the moment because our hub has such deep connections into your game via the APIs and the engine. This means that all of those data points can be combined into really smart living contracts, really complicated, really fun, really smart contracts. And as a developer, you also have the ability to choose your degrees of freedom. So you can pick if you want to only enable your player base to trade. That's completely fine. Think of that like a shop inside a mall, right? You're only letting people trade within the shop. Or if you want to enable trading into game two, that's absolutely fine. That's where the wider Metanomic Hub comes in. And think of this like the whole mall where people can walk from shop to shop. Or you can take it one step further and go fully on-chain to any chain of your choice. We're adding chain integration as per developer demand. Self-sovereign sidechain built on the code that Cosmos is built on, but not locked into Cosmos, We're completely chain agnostic, so you can export to any chain that you want as well. We're building out all of those bridges. So with the series of bridges, just wanted to give you guys a little run through of some of the possibilities. So the first bridge is game goods to NFT and smart contracts. Then the second is NFTs in peer-to-peer intra-game trade within your game hex on your sidechain. The next is between hex trade takes place in our hub, which is the intra-game trade. Then we have hub to main chain from anything in our hub to the open seas, so to speak. And also fiat to crypto and vice versa, because we're pay gate agnostic as well. On the hub as well, we're using a USD dollar stable coin. And within game hexes as well, game devs, they can use whatever token or stable coin that they like, and that'll be through pay gates. So in a nutshell, because I've just run through a load of stuff super quick, translates to we want to empower game designers and game developers to make the best games possible and to not have to spend loads of time building in spreadsheets and iteration process. We can help players have more fun, game designers work smarter with the engine. And on the hub, players can now invest their time, create and collect digital assets, and trade or sell those essentially to anyone. So who is Metanomic for? New games needing robust and balanced player economies and design, great fit. New games needing play and earn economies, again, a great fit. Existing games looking to become play and earn retrospectively, we can absolutely help with that use case. And existing play to earn games seeking to rebalance token economies, we're absolutely doing that currently as well. So with that said, it's been great speaking to you guys. My email's on the screen here, just andrew@metanomic.net. And if you have any questions or you want to connect, it'd be my pleasure to have a conversation with you. But thank you for letting me present.
Thank you very much, Andrew. It was very insightful. Thank you very much. Hope to see you on the next video we'll be able to have with you. And welcome again to the BGA.
Thank you very much, guys.
I will lay the stage now to Maria Rebello, business developer from Gate.io. If you are ready, Maria.
Yes, I'm ready. Thank you very much, Flavian. And first of all, let me tell you, it's a pleasure to be a part of the Blockchain Game Alliance. So just to put you in context, my name is Maria Rebello. I am a business developer and partnerships manager at the NFT MagicBox from Gate.io. And let me share my screen and prepare my presentation here. So everyone can see?
Yes, perfectly.
All right. Full screen, you can see it also. Yeah?
Yes, better.
All right, perfect. So the NFT MagicBox is a product that was officially launched in July of 2021. And it was a big development for Gate. For those who know, and some of you that are here because you're into gaming and blockchain gaming might even be part of this project. Maybe your token is already listed on Gate. Maybe you're still moving towards that direction, and I hope that you get listed. Gate proposes to be an all-in-one platform. The MagicBox is our world's first centralized NFT platform for collectibles, for music, art, and one of our biggest focus, gaming assets. It consists of two parts, a pioneering zero threshold creation platform and an auction trading platform. Its mother project is Gate.io, one of the top exchanges for cryptocurrency, with over 10 million users, more than 600 different coins, and the lowest trading fees in the market. Besides the standard crypto trading, Gate.io also offers users the opportunity to invest in early stage projects through our product, the startup and the grant giving, as well as Gate Ventures. And it's a dedicated IO platform. So where is Gate and our MagicBox built? We are built on our own blockchain, and that is Gate Chain. I will pass to explain a bit more about Gate Chain because there is no use to speaking about NFTs before we speak about the technology that is behind it. Our goal here is to make cryptocurrency mainstream and bring global adoption. More than that, what we find most thrilling about blockchain and all the technologies and projects that have been developed is that they open the possibility for numerous other industries to become an earning industry, including machines and including games and gamers. So what is GateChain? Let's take a short look into the features and the advantages of GateChain. GateChain is a next-gen public blockchain, and it builds enterprise-class secure and efficiently decentralized. Since we established GateChain, what we really wanted was to explore the perfect solution to a very well-known issue, which is asset security. And that's one thing that since 2018, we've been really struggling and finding solutions for this problem. And one of our premise was to support IVM. So GateChain supports IVM, and more of these advantages is the ultra low transaction fees. So we right now have the lowest transaction fees in the market, including through Solana, through Ethereum, BSC, and Avalanche. Transaction speed is 200 times faster than Ethereum. The security vault system provides a lot of safety to our users. We have a public and open POS mechanism to ensure that GateChain is fully decentralized. And we have cross-chain capabilities, meaning that most of the games can also be ported to GateChain if they feel like it. And as I said, an all-in-one. So we also have wallet.io. You don't have to use an external wallet. And we also have our own ledger and a diverse ecosystem. Some of the main features of our basis, so of GateChain, is the Gate token, the POS proof of stake mechanism, the asset issuance, and we are also multi-sig, meaning that one account can be managed and owned by several people. We have an asset safe storage, and of course, as I said, the EVM. Some of our most recent updates regarding the fees, the transaction speed, and our TPS in comparison to some of the other players in the market. And now, without further ado, let me talk about this most recent creation, the NFT MagicBox. What we really want here is to see MagicBox as a place where users can go and they can buy their in-game assets. So instead of, if they want to play several different games, and I know that because I play at least 5 different games on my smartphone, plus the ones on this computer, plus the ones on VR and other things. So we play so many games that sometimes it's really good when we know that there's a marketplace where we can go and we can get all these games, and in this case, all the assets. And that's how it all started. We wanted to make a platform for non-fungible tokens. And everyone knows already what non-fungible tokens are, but they are certificates of authenticity. They bring value to collectors. They bring also another important feature, which is safety of assets and royalty assurance. And this is something that at Gate you can also get. And they perform in a very safe way. Some of the popular collections here at Gate MagicBox are the most recent ones, the AMG Mercedes-Benz, the mystery box vouchers, which provide users with more liquidity, the Sweetie Tigers, they were an NFT collectible, still are, and the Open Punks, which was one of our biggest collections until now. Our marketplace is a users only, and with this being said, one important feature about what we do here and how we keep safety is that everyone has to go through a KYC process. Even if as an NFT creator, you get a chance to use your pseudonym, use your artistic name on the platform, you still go privately through a KYC. And this assures that everyone who not only creates but also purchases NFTs is who they say they are. Okay, so why did we pick you, everyone who is listening to this? We want to work with creators, with curators, and with people who are interested in developing more in GateChain and Gate NFT MagicBox. And for this reason, if you want innovation, then this is a free place to be. This is not an exclusive marketplace that only picks up some selected players. This is a place where you go through a good filtration system, you have assurance of safety, and you can have so many different assets. You can put so many different collections and at the same time also purchase your in-game assets and everything else. And that's why MagicBox is so interesting. Why should you list at Gate? Well, the status, it sustained over top 10 for more than 6 months, and the users are concentrating their trading activity in top exchanges. And with the marketplace, with an NFT marketplace on the side, that means that our users don't really have to go anywhere else. And I see this as a very positive review for what we do and what we're trying to accomplish here. We also support with marketing through newsletter, through social media, and representation in live events, as I'm here right now as well. And we have minted over 300,000 NFTs just in the past 6 months, offered several different INOs. For those who don't know, it's an initial NFT offering, and we're looking into greater developments now for 2022. So thank you very much. This was my presentation. I do advise you to, wait, let me just stop sharing. I do advise everyone to go take a look at gate.io, take a look at the NFT marketplace, see how you feel about it. And mainly if you are developing projects, blockchain gaming projects, and you don't know where to start or who to talk to get the extra support that you may need, then we are more than pleased to give you some tips, to even give you some help and get you through it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Maria. Thank you for the presentations, and really happy to have you backed up by Gate.io for this wonderful project. And yeah, it's really impressive to see what kind of services and any type of NFT you can have on the platform. So thank you very much for that. Our next speaker, it will be about football. I guess you are really prepared for that kind of subject that we already talked about in the beginning. So Agu, that's for you to have the stage anytime you are ready.
I'm ready. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, for having Ephere here. It's an honor to be a member of BGA. It's an honor to share the stage with such a brilliant people here and super cool companies. So having said that, I'd like to start with the whys. We are building a play-to-earn football game because we envision a world in which people in developing countries can financially support their families by playing video games. We chose football because we are from Latin America and we breathe football as our friends, as our brothers and sisters and nephews and youth. So we want to make a game for them. I'm going to share my screen so you can take a look at how it looks, because at the end of the day, we are building a game, and I like games, so let's play it.
Yeah, take the time to share it, and I will share it. I don't see it for now, just for you to know.
I just shared my screen. Can you see it?
Can you do it again?
Yeah, sure. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Oh, I need to restart the browser because permission issues. Don't worry then.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, don't worry. We are building a game in which you can play to be the owner of your own football team. I invite you to go to play.ephere.football. We have a playable version, which is our main differentiator right now. We are the contrary to most NFTs and play-to-earn projects. we choose to start for building the product first, and then building the marketing, the hype, and the community around it. We have been doing great work in the last 9 months. We have now a super realistic football match simulation engine that you can enjoy. I invite you, all of you, to go and test it. Our main, we are a metaverse. I mean, we envision a world in which we are a metaverse with many games. We have chosen to start with one specific, which is the Ephere Football Manager. There you play to be the manager of your own football team. That implies giving it an identity, a name, a shield, colors, a shirt, and so on. And then you need to pick your players, right? Your football players, trying to keep them motivated.
What we could do, Agu, if you want, is if Andrew you are ready, so it will allow you, Agu, to just show your presentation and restart your browser if you want to. If Shipon, you are ready to introduce MetaXSeed, I can go with you. I already have your presentation, so you tell me, Shipon.
Yeah, that would be awesome for me.
Shipon, is okay for you? No, we don't hear you. You are mute. So,
can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah, perfectly. I'm showing you presentation. And sorry for that kind of introductions. You have the stage. You are full stage now.
Thank you very much. So my name is Shipon Chaudhary. I'm the CEO and co-founder of MetaXSeed. We're the first true decentralized game studio on the blockchain, we believe. So it's very exciting to be here with all of you, very talented people, and it seems like a lot of exciting projects. So we're in great company here today, so very excited. Thank you for the BGA to accepting us into the BGA, as well as having us here today to present the concepts behind MetaXSeed. Our team is a big support of BGA for a while now, and yeah, we've seen it grow over the last year or so, and we hope to support you more and more going forward as we grow as well. Let's grow together. Just as the BGA, our main objective here with this project is to try to encourage mass adoption, and from that point of view, we think play-to-earn gaming is the future, and we aim to emulate the success of Epic Games on Web2, and we're going to translate those types of similar models onto the blockchain. So our target is to be emulating Epic Games, but on the blockchain instead, in a decentralized manner. We think we're many years away from the games of the quality of Fortnite, Call of Duty, FIFA, but we want to try to take steps in that direction in the coming years, and it's going to be a long process, but we believe that we want to tackle some of these challenges. So just to introduce MetaXSeed then, MetaXSeed, the token utilities and the idea behind the project is that we are a decentralized game studio. From that point of view, we have these features. We'll have a DAO driven decisions on the games pipeline. So as a studio, we'll have a games pipeline, and we'll have a DAO, which is held by the XSeed token holders, and they will be deciding the games pipeline, what games we make, what games we incubate. We'll also have free airdrops of the games that we make. So this is similar to a model like Luna, for example. So there, whenever you create a game, or whenever we create a game, we'll be having a games token, and these games tokens will be airdropped to the holders of XSeed token on an ongoing basis as we create them. There will also be profit sharing from the NFT marketplace. So all of our games will be sharing the XSeed marketplace, and from that marketplace, the revenue share and profit share will be going to the holders of XSeed in proportion to how much XSeed they hold. There would also be a metaverse advertising revenues from future metaverses that we go into. We'll have our own metaverse called MetaX. In the short term, we'll be using NetVRK. So any advertising revenue coming from that will be also going to XSeed holders. And finally, access to seed rounds and Genesis NFT collections as well. So there's a lot of token utility behind what we plan to do. If I go to the next slide. Just introduce the team then. So in terms of team, we have quite a large team. I'd say around 20-25 people right now, working away in various different areas. Our management team is fully doxed, and we're all from majority fintech background, working for some of the top banks, hedge funds in the world right now, as well as technology companies. tier 1 banks and hedge funds. We have the CEO of LedgerScore on our team, as well as the Launchpad directors of TrustSwap. Also the founders of 316 VC. So our management team is very, very strong. From the development side, we have developers from Solidity, Rust, Haskell, as well as other blockchains. Also, we have Unreal Engine developers, 3D modelers, concept artists, as well as the whole game lifecycle ecosystem developers as well. We partnered with studios such as Nightspade Game Studio from Vietnam, from Indonesia, as well as a few more other studios as well. So we plan to scale up in the short term using existing studios, but in the longer term we'll be creating and scaling up our team as well. In terms of integrations, since we plan to be a framework and a full ecosystem, we're creating partnerships with some of the biggest, most mature frameworks out there. So we've chosen Polygon Studios to be our development partner, as well as Chainlink Labs. We're also working on Unreal Engine to create integration to the blockchain, and Morales. So our technology stack is very mature, and we think that will stand us in good stead going forward into the future. Of course, we're members of BGA, primarily because we're a collaborative project. We believe that blockchain's in its infancy, and we all need to work together. So from that point of view, yeah, we're members of BGA, and we're happy to coordinate and collaborate with everyone, basically. In terms of our team, our background, so in addition to fintech background, myself, I've been implementing solutions such as Swift payment system, which has been in the news recently for the last 20 years. I have my own fintech company in the UK. As well as that, in the blockchain, we have, like I said, members from LedgerScore, 316 VC, and TrustSwap. From 316 VC, I'm one of the core members of 316 VC, and we have invested in a lot of gaming and metaverse projects in the last year or so, primarily on things such as NetVRK and Cryptoverse, which are metaverse projects, and we are actually one of the biggest handholders in NetVRK, and just recently an early supporter in Cryptoverse. So that's our team, very experienced from fintech, but also the blockchain as well. In terms of why we started this project, and I think some of you have already mentioned in this particular presentation earlier, is that the gaming is the future when it comes to the blockchain. We believe it's the strongest use case. By 2024, the projection is that we'll have a $1 trillion market in terms of value for the play-to-earn sector. And then within 2030, it'll be 2.5 trillion. So we can see exponential growth there. In terms of the types of games, I mean, for example, 42% of the world right now are gamers of some capacity, and you can see that the trend is going up. So here, this graph on the top right here, you can see that's from 2015, from 1.99, almost 2 billion, to almost 3 billion now within a space of 7 years, and we see that only increasing over time. So that's one trend. The second trend here at the bottom here, you can see that from the 1970s in the arcade to the 1980s at PC, and more recently mobile, you can see when a new technology comes in, the disruption is quite drastic and quite fast. So we believe this little sliver here, the pink sliver at the top, is the VR market, the virtual reality market. And within that, there's a tiny speck for play to earn, and the growth here we see as being exponential as the technology moves to 5G, as well as you have other technological advances like more usability, political, as well as adoption of crypto in general. We see this becoming a great kind of growth area in the coming years. So, like I said, the conservative estimates are 1 trillion within 2 to 3 years. But in the next 5 to 10 years, almost every company out there would have to consider moving to Web3, a gaming company. That is. In terms of what problems we're tackling, the problems primarily stem from lack of maturity. So the diagram there just showcases one of our characters that we're creating, where it shows the different levels of development stage. You've got the sketch, then you have the initial color, and then you have the full render. In the blockchain gaming, we're probably at the sketch phase right now. Essentially, what that means is that we have an outline. We are in experimental phase right now, but there's no maturity in terms of how the technology is being developed. I think a couple of the projects in this particular presentation earlier have some very, very interesting concepts, which is leading towards maturity. but we also would like to work in the same area. And primarily, we're tackling these problems, and problems are the lack of reusability and lack of cooperation. And the games, everyone's building in their own silo, and they're basically building the same components again and again. Right? Not scalable infrastructure, meaning that when you have a population problem afterwards, where the underlying frameworks are not scalable, where we have fintech like a solution like Swift, for example, you have every bank in the world connected to that. It's highly scalable, highly secure, highly reliable. Those types of things are not thought through when it comes to gaming, of course, because a lot of times it's how quickly can we get the product to market as opposed to underlying framework. That leads to, of course, slower time to market as well as low quality games, and that eventually leads to a drop-off rate, which is quite high when it comes to play-to-earn games, as we've seen with Axie Infinity recently. Finally, the lack of coherent B2B model. So if we assume that this tsunami is coming between Web 2 to Web 3 in the next few years, those companies would not have access to blockchain resources as well as gaming resources that are familiar with their technology. So we need to have a good B2B model to onboard these Web 2 to Web 3 customers that are coming in the future. And to that end, we're building a bunch of development kits, SDKs, standard development kits for different parts of gaming, and we believe that would help us when it comes to our business model going forward. So what are we building? So this diagram here is showing, for example, the middle section here is the different components or different parts of game development. So you have your storyboarding, your modeling and rigging, the game mechanics, the blockchain interaction, wearables, GameFi, and metaverse. So our idea is to, from start to finish, is to create components that are reusable and scalable, modular, highly secure at each stage of this particular life cycle. The intention is to then have at least 60% reusability for every component that we build. Initially, the development time will be higher to go for reusability, but in the longer term, it would of course save a lot of time, energy, and money as well in terms of, and also of course increase the quality. So the target rate for every component that we build is 60% reusability, and that would include the 3D rendering, the animations, the VFX, the blueprints, the underlying code. All of those should be reusable for every single game at the infrastructure level, but the 40% that is differentiation will be the front end, for example, the characters, the environments, the gameplay, but the underlying components should just get more and more mature over time, like Microsoft Word. So we model ourselves on something like SpaceX. So SpaceX, the reason why they're the biggest space company in the world is because they have the Falcon Heavy, which they land back again after every time they, for example, they go for a launch. And we want to do the same with gaming, where every time the game is built, a lot of the components are reusable, and then that would then over time build a library of components that you can see in the bottom left here. On the bottom right, we've also established that there's a lack of resourcing, lack of talent, if you like, in the industry, specifically for the newer tech like Unreal Engine, which we're focusing on, as well as some of the game-related development. So from that end, we are planning to create. We have 5% of our tokenomics, for example, towards talent acquisition and talent training. So every senior person that we hire, we're going to be training 3 more people in some parts of the world, whether that be Vietnam, Indonesia, India, or UK. We're based in the UK. So the idea is to then, we believe the time right now is that the type of talent previously that would go into, say, investment banking from university, now we're in a position to hire those top minds into the blockchain gaming side of things. So we want to encourage that generally for the industry, but also for our because we need a lot of resources going forward. So all of this framework combined would mean that we'll have a bunch of reusable components, we'll have highly trained staff, and with that we can build our own games. And secondly, we can also do a very strong B2B model, like I said earlier. And what that means is that at the moment in the industry, we have a lot of Web 2. I mean, there's 2 million games in the App Store and iOS combined. In theory, all of those games need to consider some aspect of Web 3 in the next few years. You have a lot of indie developers who are having great ideas. You have Web 2.0 studios, not just one game, but a whole studio would need to move wholesale into blockchain, as well as artists, comics, movies, TV studios, you name it, they may want a token or a game. So we see literally hundreds of thousands, if not millions of customers in the future The question is, how do we then move these types of use cases onto Web3 in a way that is efficient and cooperative and safe and secure? So that's where we come in. We believe companies like MetaXSeed, we need hundreds of these types of companies. We're just one, of course, and we're happy to work with across the industry to try and make sure that we are very, very collaborative. Our intention is to build SDKs, APIs, building blocks that would enable each stage of the gaming. So we're focusing on Unreal Engine quite a lot because we have a lot of big investments in Ephere and Cryptoverse. But going forward, we'll also be handling Unity as well as HTML5 as well. So the full spectrum of gaming. Our model then. So the word decentralized is overused sometimes. So when we say decentralized, what we mean by decentralized is this. So here you can see that on the top left here, we have our platform, MetaXSeed, and this is the XSeed token that we're discussing today. This platform is in charge of the frameworks, the reusable components, the integration to wearables, haptic gloves, bodysuits, etc., as well as integration layers to the different blockchains as well, in Cardano, Solana, EVM. We'll also be in charge of the infrastructure, scalability, as well as security, production of reusable modules, as I said, the senior devs, as well as the architects. So they will all live in the platform, which is the MetaXSeed XSeed token. This platform would also have NFT marketplace, XSeed NFT marketplace, where all of our games will be transacted in NFTs, and we'll also have our metaverse. We've invested almost $250,000 now in NetBRK just to purchase land, so we have space for at least 30 games there. So that's one of the drivers of creating this particular new initiative. But going forward, we also plan to have our own metaverse called MetaX, where we will actually be based on Unreal Engine, and that will be our own metaverse where we can launch our own games onto. So combined, there'll be a lot of advertising revenue from those two metaverses, and those will also be going to the XSeed holders. So in addition to our platform, we have two pipelines, the POC pipeline and a dev pipeline. And the POC pipeline is the proof of concept pipeline. Here, we would then use revenue from the marketplace. As I said, Axie Infinity just had 4 billion in sales in just 1.5 years, I believe, from just one game with 1 million users. So we have a marketplace of a lot of games potentially in the coming years. This year we plan to launch 3 TGEs, and next year 1 TGE per month for the games. So from that point of view, we'll have a lot of games transacting there, which is the land, the assets, the characters, the different types of weapons. They'll all be transacted in XSeed marketplace using the XSeed token as a primary token. The 50% of the revenue from that marketplace will be going towards the funding the POC pipeline, so it's fully funded. Each quarter, we'll be producing a bunch of games, the POC, the demo, the concept art, and the white paper, the team within MetaXSeed. We then present that to the XSeed holders, the DAO, on a quarterly basis. They would then vote, they play the game, ask questions, do their due diligence, and they would actually then vote on the games that they would like to proceed with, because the XSeed holders are the ones that are controlling the pipeline. When they vote for a game, games that they would like to proceed to the dev pipeline, those games would then go to the next stage, and the next stage will be go for public funding, VC funding, team expansion, and development, right? So the risk is a lot less because number one, these games that have been now getting to the dev pipeline have been fully vetted by an army of people. Number two, it's already been kickstarted by a mature framework, meaning that you're relying on an underlying framework that's already done 60% in terms of your work for you, the background work, which means that the tokenomics will be highly favorable. Also, you can have much more predictability in terms of what you're building. You can have much more trust when you go to investors in the future. So this, when it gets to the dev pipeline, it's just like any other game, Star Atlas, Cryo Wars, you name it, it'll be exactly the same concept. The difference being is that as a thank you to XSeed holders, i.e. XSeed, to kickstart the game and provide the framework, the XSeed holders will get free game airdrops. So every game will have its own token. So here we have, for example, 3 games we're building right now: Block Football Manager, very similar to the earlier game, Age of Dragons, which is based on Game of Thrones, and also Chainski. So these are just the 3 games we're producing this year. Next year will be a lot more. Each of these games have their own team, of course, but the token holders of XSeed will get free airdrops of these games. Yeah, free to them. There'll be specific tokenomics allocation for them. That's one benefit. Second benefit, as I mentioned, is a DAO vote, where they're involved in every stage of the decision, but not just the game itself, but also different parts of the game. For example, we will involve the community in deciding how the game should be built at different stages. How should the level be? What should the characters look like? We have grand plans to also hire from the community and train the community, because this is a bigger plan to make the whole play to earn mass adopted in the future, because we think the community is very, very central to this. So that's why they're in this particular diagram. So that's the second big benefit. They'll be involved in a DAO. But the third big one is the revenue stream and the passive income potential coming from the marketplace and metaverse advertising revenue. So you can see these red lines here are all of the benefits that Exceed holders. In addition to your traditional staking, NFT mining, your farming, these are additional benefits on top of that as well. So that gives us very, very high token utility, and also gives us a lot of potential to get a lot of talent from the community, as well as make sure we're very transparent. Yeah. So you can see here some of the characters that were, by the way, there's also a 5% burn for every transaction. So there's a 200 million supply of this token, and 5% is burnt for every single transaction. So over time, is this deflationary pressure there. But you can see some of the characters that we're making. Here's one of our characters for the block football game, so football management game. So there's some more characters here from the Age of Dragons. But before I conclude, maybe I could just show you a quick demo of one of our games, Age of Dragons. Can you see
so much suspense? But I know that video made a lot of noise on the Twitter spheres. It was a great video.
Yeah, so let me present you. I have the video on the other screen. Is it okay if I just present the other screen?
Try it. Yes, we can try it.
Yeah, okay, no problem. I'm just going to share again. It's on a different screen.
Okay, you have to share it again.
Yeah, I'm sharing now. Sharing screen. Okay, here we go. Can you see my screen now?
Perfectly.
Perfect. Okay. So,
Great.
yeah, so that's just, I mean, that was a very, very quick demo. I mean, we're working on Unreal Engine 5, and UE5 is extremely, extremely powerful when it comes to gaming. It's using new tech called nanites and Lumen, and we believe UE5 is the future of gaming. So consequently, all of the staff that we train will be trained in Unreal Engine 5. At the same time, we're also going to be partnering with other studios to make Unity, as well as the older tech, if you like, to rely on those stuff. So we have the full spectrum, but we're focusing a lot on Unreal Engine 5 purely because it's just the future of gaming. I mean, Fortnite, FIFA, all of those types of games is what we're targeting. We're very far away from that right now, but we want to make strides in that direction.
It's gonna be fun to have you on the demo days and to see what kind of improvements you made for the different games you're developing. I hope to see that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so Agu, if you are able to display the presentation, I will show it.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Or we have a very bad background noise, just for you to know. Very, very techie. Yeah. Don't think I am the only one. If some of the other one can attest. Yeah, better. Yeah,
Perfect.
it's in better.
Can you see my screen? Perfect. Can you see the screen?
Yeah, we
Nice.
can see it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Sorry for those troubles. As I was saying, my co-founders and I fell in love with the idea of bringing economic opportunities for people and families in developing countries, so they can financially support their families by playing video games. We decided to create a game that our brothers, sisters, nephews, even our parents can play. They love football. We love football. We are from Latin America, and the region loves football. So we decided to build a football metaverse in which anyone can play. Literally anyone with a mobile device and internet connectivity will be able to play Ephere football and earn some crypto along the way. Playing Ephere football means being the owner and the manager of your own football team, meaning the first thing you do in the game is to set up your team's name, crest, colors, shirt design, and so on. Then you need to manage your way to get football players, which are NFTs. Each football player in the Ephere metaverse is an NFT. And we like to say that they are alive, literally, because they have energy that is expended on every match and every action they perform in the field. They also have they age with the time. Their performance increases when they reach the age of 27, 28, 26, depending on the genetic of the player. And the performance decrease when they get old. They can be get injured. They can drink water. They can drink energy drinks to increase their performance, etc., etc. There are a lot of mechanics that make them and their stats very dynamic and variable and yeah, dynamic in a sense. I'm going to play a match because I love play football, and my presentation will last 3 minutes. As I was saying, your role as the user of Ephere football, as the gamer, is to maximize your odds of success, right? For that, you need to train your players. You need to keep them motivated. You need to give them a strategy, an match strategy, give them orders, interact with them in real time. This is just a demo. Not all the functionalities that are that we have developed are being shown here, but yes, but you will be able to interact with each player in real time to say, for example, okay, be more aggressive, or be more defensive, or I don't know, pressure in a more advanced position of the field. Our engine has more, our player has more than 48 football properties that I'm going to show you right after the match finishes. And our engine has more than 72 tactical variables that can be acted upon, which means that we have put a lot of focus on this. We want the match simulation to be as realistic as possible. You might notice that, for example, the ball increases its size. Sometimes that's because in the underlying of the simulation, there are three-dimensional physics, right? We choose to portray it to display this simulation in 2 dimensions because it's faster to implement, easy to deliver. And because we love this kind of visualization, is if you have played football management games, is a kind of common way to visualize football games, which Football Manager fans loved. Having said that, your role, as I was saying, is to increase your odds of success. If you win matches and you win competitions, you earn our in-game token, which is the EPH token, which you can use to reinvest in the game, to keep increasing your odds of success. That means training your players. That means buying consumables that your players can use to improve their performance. That means buying and improving your training facilities, buying and improving your capacity of discover new players and younger players, and so on and so on. Or you can choose to exchange the EPH in secondary markets and so monetize your time. We have been working the last 9 months. I think I'm going to win. Yes. This is an example of an NFT. They have more than 48 properties related with football. That's because we need the model to be super complex, because the match simulation is complex. We are a team of 10 people. We have worked in the last 9 months super hard to build the product itself, to build a match simulation engine, because it's the hardest part, and because it's a part that brings the most value to users. We wanted to change the way, in a sense, that most play-to-earn games come to life, which is to create hype and build the idea and build the community around an idea and a project, and then build the product. We wanted to build the product first, and we are now in the process of raising funds, building the community, testing our product with them, and iterating so we can build the most advanced football management game out there. We envision this long term. Our goal and our vision is to bring this game, the Football Manager kind of game, to the esports sphere. We dream with a stadium full of people watching the grand Ephere football final, and we are working super hard towards that. I invite you, all of you, to join us in revolutioning the gaming industry so people can play to earn by playing football. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Agu. I'm not only excited by the fact that I'm a football player and a football fan, but also by the fact that we have a lot of football blockchain game within the blockchain game alliance, and I think it will be very useful to dedicate a specific panel to that. So it's a pleasure to have you, and a pleasure to discuss around that. And just before closing these events, thanks again for you guys to having letting the possibility to share what you do. I will let, because we didn't have the chance with Andreas to show the video. So Andreas, I'm gonna try it again, and we'll see if it's working.
The impossible just became reality.
We will defeat it.
I'm gonna make him an offer again.
Big things have small beginnings.
Great. Thank you very much, Andreas, for that, for the share of that video. Was catchy. Thanks for everyone. Thanks everyone to speak to that event. I hope, and I'm really sure that we'll have other opportunity to let you the stage anyway, in other forms, through our different live events and digital content. And I hope to see you on physical events for the BGA. Thank you very much for being here today, and I tell you, have a good day, have a good weekend. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.